are Double Team, Jay, Nelly, Isaac, and Jorge. And this is the new live hangout link. And then we'll go to global calls, wc.tc/global calls. And we are starting at 2:32 America's time. And we'll get the link to the new video. So let's go in here and find the video.
FQ and Unity, I don't know.
No, o sea, les puse su nombre, Andrew, Corina, Ana, pero al final no les mandé el nombre de quién lo manda, o sea, mi nombre, Nelly.
Ok. No, entonces de pronto sí, enviémoslos de nuevo.
Ok.
How's everything going, guys?
Hi, Jay.
How's
We're working on the mailing list. Nelly, Andrew, Corina.
Ana y Viena.
Ana Viena.
Do we have any new people?
And George. Yes, Jay. Today we have you and Jorge.
2 people, okay.
Yep.
And then what about us? Didn't I do us as well?
Us.
The FQN Unity?
Yeah, also us, but I don't know, because this is like you, right? Or
well, if you look in the actual document, so the weekly value tracking ledger, I added for us as well.
Okay, so we are yes, right?
Yeah, so we can put us as a yes.
Excellent. Okay.
I like to make it green because it looks good green. You like green. Yeah. All right, and then I was gonna double check on Laura real quick. Might want to send her a Slack message. Let's see here. All right, so we have Laura. So Laura said, Oz investor relations comments with GS, but that's it. So she just didn't say how much time she did. All right, so let's send a quick message to Laura. Hey Laura, on your weekly value tracking, you did not put an actual value 100%. Maybe you could fill it out again. And just need the link. Do we have a link here? Oops.
Okay. All the emails sent.
Excellent.
Great. Okay, so I think that we are done with the weekly value tracking for now. And I would just go ahead and say that, you know, for the value tracking log for Laura, I would say it's a no, because we can't fill out the ledger, so there's no information, and we just enter this, and then we'll make this yellow.
Okay.
That's what I would say, because it's really not applicable. And the things that she did put in here, Oz investor relations comms with GS. I mean, those aren't even deliverables. So there's no deliverables, there's no time, there's nothing. So so someone can fill out the form. It doesn't mean they actually did what needs to be accomplished for the tracking.
Okay.
Log. Yeah. So this would be a no for her. And then I just sent her a message.
We need to send a message as well, right?
Well, I just sent a message, so don't worry about the email. And then from the email, we'll say this is, just say no. We're not going to send her an email. And me and...
Didn't you write, Jorge, to whom we sent the email?
What?
I thought Jorge wrote to whom we sent the email.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
On the document, do you want me to? Okay. Check on us.
All right, so this is all, I think we're looking good. So do you guys have any other questions on the weekly value tracking log?
Nope.
No.
Awesome.
Tracking log. Suggest to Andrew.
It was Andrew?
Yes.
Let me tell you. It was Andrew. It was, let me check. Vienna?
Yes.
Anna?
Yes.
Corina?
Yes.
George?
Right.
And Zachary.
Zach. All right. Done.
Okay.
Yes.
So one thing that we have as a mistake here on the actual log, like, because I know you guys tried to set up the entire week. But see here, it says, did we send email, right? For some reason, that one didn't work. So we have from email, but there's no, did we send email? Did we send email, right? So that's actually missing. And this is for today, Tuesday, May 2nd. So I don't know how that got lost in there. So this would all be not applicable. Then Laura, we did not send her an email. Perfectly fine. I just sent her a Slack message. All of this is not applicable, and then all of this should be yes, right? So this is where you go over that list that you just said.
Yes.
It goes there.
That's what I was asking Jorge to add.
Yeah.
But I don't know why it's not there. Let me just add it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it wasn't there just because the column didn't exist. The column was non-existent.
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. So now we are perfect. Excellent. I love it. All right, so I think we're ready to wrap up on the weekly and the monthly value tracking. Monthly value tracking obviously is still going to be, processed. So let's see, where are we here in the notes? So we could say here in our indexing that we started with some, weekly value tracking. So we're doing value tracking, and we did weekly value tracking. So
I have one doubt.
questions?
The ones that we just sent the email, don't they go in red?
Yeah, they're red for the day before. So if we pull that up again, so this would be the weekly tracking manual log, right? So we sent them the Slack message on Monday because they hadn't filled it out. And then on Tuesday, the question is, did they fill it out from the Slack message? And we have one, we have three, wait, did we send a Slack message? Yes, so we have 3 yeses. So we got 3 people filling it out, okay? So then we have no, they didn't fill it out. And then yes, we sent the email. And now we're waiting.
Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. Yes.
And it's possible that Laura will still do this from the Slack message.
Yes.
If not, we'll take care of it.
Got it.
Cool. Awesome. All right. So are there any other questions on the weekly value tracking?
No. I also, I don't know if it's necessary, but I also put it on today's task on our notes. I just place task on weekly value tracking log, and I place that we send messages to Andrew, Corina, Vienna, Anna, George, and Zachary.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So for the monthly value tracking, we have a bunch of tasks here. Yeah. So me and Isaac are still kind of getting it all set up because we need to do more announcements. And so one of the things that I need to do is send an announcement on the Econaut Slack channel. The other question, so if we go back to the actual ledger, so for the weekly tracking ledger, we have April 14th through 20th and April 21st through 27th. The problem is that we're missing the first 2 weeks of April. And so the question here would be, for the month of April specifically, maybe for the core team, the exit core team, we could do a one-time special form for the first 2 weeks of April. I don't know. Or we can just do the whole month of April, the monthly tracking form. Or just do monthly. First 2 weeks. What do you guys think on that one? Because we do need to make sure that April is complete. Even if they don't do the first 2 weeks, that we just basically need April. So the other option is just to extrapolate, say that okay, the last 2 weeks of April are equal to the second 2 weeks of April. So if you're working 100%,
if there were no changes, yeah.
Yeah. So that's another option. But the main question is, should we send out a one-time special request for the first 2 weeks of April, since that's a missing gap? So this is so the first 2 weeks of
I think we
April
should.
is a missing gap in the ledger. So you think we should do that?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think we should.
Email everybody, yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be an email. We'd start with an announcement. So we would start with an announcement. We need to create a new form.
I think we had a good response last week, but still we have to change a little bit the strategy to get more response from the team of EXA.
Well, we got pretty much everybody we needed to.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I know.
Yeah. So just a matter of getting them to do it faster.
Yes, exactly.
And one interesting thing would be, is there a change in the people who are saying yes and no or is it the same people? So all these people were no's, and from the Slack messages we had no's, and then here we have no's here. So it looks like more or less the same people. So I think we're gonna get that, where like the same people are the same people who don't fill it out every week, that we need to put extra effort into bugging them for them to fill it out. I think that's just going to be typical.
Yes.
Yeah, annoying but typical. Cool. So, and we can actually issue tokens based on this, tracking log. So the earlier you fill out the form, the more tokens we'll give you. Like a token based on filling out the form. All right. So, so for the first 2 weeks, are we all in agreement that we want to go ahead and create a new form just for the first 2 weeks of April, send that out to everybody, and have them fill it out? Should we do that? And I think it would just be like a one-time thing. So one-time thing, it's either they do it or they don't. We won't go into a lot of trouble for all of the details, in terms of following up with them. It's just like a one-time thing. That sound good?
Yep, sounds good.
Does anyone want to practice creating a form? I can show you guys how to do it real quick.
I would like to know.
Okay, so
yeah, like creating a form with questions, or like a questionnaire.
Yeah.
With different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So this is pretty easy. In this situation, you would Yeah, so I guess I'll just make the form right now, right? And then I'll invite you guys to can help edit it. So create form and help edit. So I'm gonna create the form, and then we just need someone to help edit the form. Okay, so the best way to create this form is to simply use the existing form. That is always the best way to do this. So to do that, I would need to pull up the exit doc. I guess the easiest way to do that is just to go to here. I'm gonna pull up our Americas.
Jay,
Yeah.
is the YouTube video running right now?
Yeah, the YouTube video is running. So yeah, this could be how to create a copied form. So yeah, this will definitely be, and this could be part of value tracking as well as documentation. Okay, so yeah, if you can index that, that would be great. And I have up here, we started at 232. I don't know why that disappeared, but and then here we have the value tracking right here. And we started the indexing. So value tracking. We get the time of value tracking, so we didn't get the time of start of this. Let's do it really quick.
So if it started 2:32, will be minute 18.
It says 1 minute ago. That's odd. Let me see what's going on here. 16 minutes. Okay. So right now we're at 16 minutes, and this was probably at like 10 minutes. Okay, so let's go to, so we're in the, so I'm starting with the FCON Americas Network. I'm going to UESS. This is Umbrella Entrepreneurial Support Services. EXA is our primary paid client. I'm gonna go to the main doc for EXA, Mo. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pull up, this is gonna be HR personnel. It's also under value tracking. This is the weekly simple contribution tracking form, and this is the link to edit the form. It has to be shared, because you can't do it. So here's the weekly tracking form. You can see all the people who filled it out and their names. You can see this person filled it out 3 times. That's me. And you can see all the data. Anyways, and here are the questions. So all we're going to do is just going to come here, and we're going to make a copy of the form. And it'll be a copy of this form. And then I'm going to link this directly into our notes so we have it. So this is the new form for first 2 weeks of April. Fill in the gap. And this is the link to editable version. And then this would be shared only. So who's interested in helping edit it?
Yeah, sure. If we need it, yeah, I'll be interested.
So the way you add someone to edit is you go here, add collaborators. And so all these other people are already on it just because it's part of the existing form. And so we're going to add in Jorge, the new Jorge, and then there's also Ana Clara. Okay, so I'm going to need to pull up our Andromeda list, and the contact list, I think we have it, right? So let's see, Andromeda team contact list. And we also like to squish these emails up a little bit. Doesn't really matter too much. That's going to be good to get all that. So Anacleta. So I'm coming back over here to the copy. So it's going to be Anacleta. Send that. And we're also going to add.
They get copied them all at once.
Well, I was just adding Anacleta and Jorge. Is there anyone else that wants to help edit this doc?
I can help.
You want to help as well? Okay. Okay, so so now you have access to edit the doc, and for whatever reason, you just can't do it without that. So we need to change the name of the doc. This would be, first 2 weeks of April.
Oh, good.
Right, tracking form. So we're gonna want to edit all of this, make sure it's really clear. This is a one-time thing. We might even want to say, how much time or value did you put in for the first week? How much time or value did you put in for the second week? or we could just say to generally summarize it, which is probably the best thing to do. The first 2 weeks, just generally summarize for both of them. So I would just keep this pretty much exactly the same. The only other thing you want to see here is that the edit form, if you usually do the short URLs, not the edit form, the send button. So the send button, this is the link to actually fill out the form. And I usually put that as a separate thing. So this would be a link to fill out form. It would be like that. Okay, and then we can also have, a link for results spreadsheet. And then we'll do that later. And so then all of this is going to go directly into, oh, and by the way, this indexing goes in the indexing here at the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So let's see here. We need to just get to our there we go. So this is every Tuesday, and then we have monthly tracking. Here's all the monthly tracking info, and then way down here at the, actually, this isn't even going to go in our current. This is actually going to go in our past. So this is the beginning of the past value tracking. So this would be under exa past value tracking, right? And we're just going to kind of put here a line, insert a line. This would be one time first 2 weeks in April. I'll put the form information here. Okay. So yeah, so basically the tasks here I think are pretty simple. Tasks would be edit and update the form to be for this one-time use. And this is Clara, Nelly, and Jorge. And then send out the announcement for the form. And this would be Jay and Isaac. Okay. And then from there, we're going to have to take the data and put it in, but it's all at one time. If people don't fill out the form, then it's basically not a big deal. We just put like a 0 for it.
It's actually, sorry.
And then we'll follow up with them individually. And this is just for April. So any other questions on the following up for the rest of April? And creating a copied form?
No, I just copied the link where you wanted to.
Yeah, and I'm going to do the one for here too. And then once we get the links, we can actually copy and paste in here like that. All right, so I think we're pretty good on the April. Are we ready to start talking about past value tracking for other months? Past value tracking. Because I think our current and future value tracking is looking really good.
Yes.
Cool.
But we need to work in the past value tracking also.
Yeah, we need to do the past value tracking. So past value tracking is important. And just to note here, we're skipping value squared. Okay, so we're going to get back to value squared. We can check I think it's worth it just to really quickly check our plan for value squared, just so we know when we're going to do it.
Yeah.
So if I come here to value tracking, so this week we're working on the past weekly value tracking, updating and finding the gaps. That's our goal. Next week, we're going to continue the past month quarter value tracking and start filling the gaps, develop the value squared subsystem. So next week, we're going to develop the value squared system and start that up, okay? So this will be next week.
Okay. Something really quick. You get to receive two Slack notifications. Just don't open them up. I just want to verify something. Something for the next bots that we're going to create.
just don't check them out. Don't check them.
Did you say don't check them?
Yeah, do not do it. That's on the FQN network.
Okay, cool. That's like the pink
Okay,
elephant, Isaac. It's like I'm telling you about this really exciting
have one-
thing, but don't look at it.
uh,
All right, go for it, Nelly. What's up?
I have one question.
Yeah.
Slack is just like a messenger. I have never used Slack before, so I thought it was going to be just like a messenger. Is it like that?
Yeah, it's like a messenger app for work teams, and it's the biggest problems with it, and the reason why we aren't using it as much is because it's private, and everything we do we want to do in public, and then it's also they own all your data. You have to pay money for it. It's very expensive.
Oh, which reminds me that I how long are you going to be able to stay here? You, Jay, so we can discuss about the platform.
I'm have all day. We should probably check in on our time. Yeah, so let's see. Is that what you're saying about our time plan? And we also didn't do actual check-ins. So maybe we should like take a step back, do actual check-ins, and like check in on our time and stuff like that. That sound a good idea?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, so I'll go first. I'm doing pretty well. I'm still juggling some stuff, and like there's this doctor's appointment coming up, for my partner and everything, and so there's definitely other things going on in my life that are distracting me. And I'm pretty much available today overall. So I don't have anything scheduled right after this meeting. So, if people want to keep going after this, I mean, I think it would be good to take a break for like 5 or 10 minutes, get some food, or maybe even 15 minutes, and then keep going if people want to keep going. So I will be available. Check.
Okay. Where are our check-ins?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. Our mascot is like becoming very, very hyperactive. Everything he can see. It's right next to me right now. He's trying to chew off my laptop. Like right after he pissed on it, now he's trying to eat it. But other than that, I'm doing good. It's getting really hot here. Mexicali, where I live.
Yeah.
Summer is usually around 126 Fahrenheit, 132. At like 49, 50 degrees when it's like hot in July. But right now we're in a very, very good weather. We're around 34 degrees. It's good. Fresh.
Cool.
I don't know.
Nelly? Oh, how long do
Okay.
you have, Isaac? How long do you have, Isaac?
Like 4 hours from now.
You said 4 hours? Nelly?
All the way until 26.
I don't know how long will I have because I'm a little bit behind in my invoices for today. So I was thinking go for it for my invoices today and finish them all today. But if we need to keep working, I can do it, and then I can finish them over the night. So I can do that because I was not planning to do anything, going out or anything. I was not planning to do anything, just work. Yes.
Just like Rihanna's song.
Yeah.
All right, Ana Clara?
I have like 1 hour from now.
Cool. And how are you doing? You want to check in?
Yeah, I'm doing fine, sort of. My life is a little bit of a mess right now. I'm a little bit frustrated with a lot of things, but I'm trying to do my best. So that's it. I need to get more organized in my life in general. So that's pretty much it, but I'm fine, and yesterday was holidays here, so I spent time with my family and my girlfriend.
Awesome. And just so you guys know, with our our system of meetings is Saturday. I know you're not into Saturday meetings, but our support alliance meetings are where we make people agenda items and how we can help each other. You know,
Yes,
that's
very
something,
good.
and that's something we could also move to Wednesdays as well. Do Wednesdays and Saturdays to make a space where instead of talking about all the work that we need to be doing, we're talking about how we support each other to get all the work done. You know, it's like if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't do anything else. So
Okay, can you send me an invite? Because I can do a little bit on Saturdays.
Cool. Yeah, sure. I can certainly invite you to this particular session.
About the Saturday session, I'm gonna have this Saturday. I won't be able to do it because I have a course. Is Ho'oponopono. Have you ever heard about that?
No, tell us about it.
From yoga.
It's like a thing about it's their main idea is love, forgive, and be grateful about everything.
Nice.
So it's a course about that.
Very cool.
It is. So it's going to be from 10 a.m. in the morning till 6 p.m. in the afternoon.
Okay, well, I don't have anything scheduled, so I think we're good for this week at least.
Yes. Okay.
What's the name of the course again?
Ho'oponopono.
Ho'oponopono. I've heard about it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of known. It's like love, forgive, and be grateful. It's like holistic kind of thing.
Like, kind of like letting yourself, like not letting yourself get all those emotions trapped, right? Like
Exactly.
And not hate, and not to carry those thoughts. Like be able to say like when like not all people know how to apologize. Not all people know how to. They just don't do it. Something
Yes.
like that, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Heard about it later.
Awesome. All right, Jorge.
All right, I just finished the check over there. I finished the class preparation before today's meeting, and I have nothing planned for tomorrow's class, so I have to plan it. And it's a little bit cold today in Bogota. It's it's cold. And my feelings like 1 to 9. It's 7.
Oh yeah, the numbers are good. I'm gonna do like a 6. How about you, Isaac?
Can you repeat the question? Like
how are you doing overall with everything in your life with a 0 to 9? 0 being dead, 9 being like
like 7, 6.
6.5.
We'll be up to 9, but 6.5.
Nelly?
I have like my grandma's.
Yeah, exactly. Nelly?
I think I am a 7.
7?
Yes.
And
yeah.
Ana Clara?
I'm sorry, what?
So this is like our number. It's between 0 and 9.
Oh yeah, sure, I remember. Sorry. Yeah. I think this is 5 today.
5. Cool. Nice. So yeah, and this is primarily for like decision making, but it also is good just to kind of keep track on. We could actually look at it over day by day how we're doing as a group. It's pretty cool to have that. And then we're dividing by 5. We have 5 people here today. 6.3 is our average. Cool. So as far as wrap up, and again, we'd be a little bit more organized if we had the entire agenda copied and linked here. But wrap up, we're going to want to start in like 20 minutes, right? So start in 20 minutes. Who's timekeeper? Who wants to do timekeeping?
I can do it.
And who's that?
Ana Clara.
All right, Ana Clara. So yeah, since you need to go, it would be good to. And so we're gonna go at it's at 4 p.m. America's time. We're gonna stop for at least with Ana Clara, and then those of us who want to continue, we can, but we probably will take a break or something like that. All right, sweet, and do like a buddy team afterwards. All right, so I think that we have a plan. I mean, let's say 30 minutes. Start at 30 minutes, so it gives us. We'll give 20 minutes for wrap up. Okay, so Back to value tracking, and we're going to start with some past value tracking now. So let's index this.
Okay.
Oh, hold on, let me just get this really quickly. Oh no, it's not working. Hi, Masood, how are you doing? For the phone call, and now I should be able to hear myself again. Does it work? Can you hear myself again?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
I know, but I'm talking about the live feed. Okay, phone call, and now I should be able to hear myself again. I can hear myself now. All right, we're good. All right, so let's index this. So this is the past value tracking. What would the index be here? It says we're at minute 36. 36 minutes. All right. So I'll start by just copying and pasting our past value tracking doc here. Oops, wrong one. So this is our past value tracking systems. We can get rid of this. That, get rid of this, get rid of that. All right, so our overall deliverable is that we want the whole, wait, no. Okay, so let's make a line up at the top and try to get this all organized. Okay, so we're going to insert a table of contents so that we can organize this all. The first one is the weekly past value tracking. We're gonna put a header on that. Good, and then so that's weekly. Then there's gonna be monthly. Enter another line. I think we might be able to combine. I think it might be monthly and quarterly past value tracking. So hopefully that'll be okay. And then we have the 1 week in April that we're going to be doing. We already have a plan for that. Oops, insert another line. And I think I want to add the tasks in here. I think it's good just to have the tasks there as well, just so we know who's doing what. And then lastly is going to be, not really lastly, but it's like, you know, investor / Econaut contribution tracking. So we're gonna make sure that's all correct.
Yeah.
And this would be money, right? So, and then there's also network contribution tracking. I would say network and community contribution tracking. And this is primarily time. So this would be money, and this would be, and I guess the only other thing here to consider is past value squared, right? But we're going to deal with this next week. So we're not going to worry about the value squared for now. But it's just good to have an overview of everything that's going to be considered part of value tracking. All right, so this is all past. So this would be past investor, past network contributions, past value squared. And this is for April, monthly and quarterly past value tracking. And then if we update this, we'll have the whole laundry list of all the past value tracking. So let's start with weekly again. So we already started going over weekly value tracking. This is going to be the new spreadsheet that we're going to create for previous weeks. And obviously we haven't got anything started yet. Let's start with, and this is part of we want to fill in these weeks here as well. So if we start with what existed, so the current weekly tracking started week of April 14th through 20th, and this is the current one, I believe. Let's just make sure. Yep, this is the current. And so then this is the past document for weekly value tracking, and it didn't go very far, right? It only ended up being like 3 weeks, right? So what a lot of this is going to look like is it's going to be red, right? So the weekly value tracking is going to be a lot of red. For me, because I track hourly, you know, it'll pretty much always be yellow because we can always technically go back and get all of that data. So let's just think of like February 14th through 17th, right? So I could, let's see here. This is our new one. I'm going to go ahead and insert another line above here and just say February 14th through 17th. I'll come in here and I would just go like that. All of the names are all messed up. How to deal with the names. Maybe we could even do this. Just like copy this entire thing like this, right? Copy.
And delete what we're not going to use.
Well, now we don't have to delete it, but we just paste it like this. Yeah, and then delete what we're not going to use, exactly. So then this right here would get deleted. And April 16th through 13th, we want to keep this. So we're going to go ahead and copy this, copy and paste. That's fine. Oh wait, no, let's add a new column. Insert to the left and paste. Right, so then this all goes bye-bye. This and this go bye-bye. And so there's February 3rd. That's going to go up here. This and this and this and this go bye-bye. Delete. And then we have February 9th and 10th. And then this, and this all go bye-bye. And then I have February 14th. So that gives it a start here. If you go and just sort A to Z, right? You can see here where they have the doubles. And then you just delete the extra double for anyone we have doubled. We like to keep things organized based on, you know, to the right is the future and to the left is the past. Most of the time, sometimes that changes. Like for the logs, we do it backwards so that we don't have to do it. For the ledgers, it always is.
Future to the left and past to the right, right?
Yeah, for the ledgers. For the logs, it's okay to do it the other way around. It just depends on the situation. Let me go ahead and delete this column. So I mean, a couple of things here that are obvious right here is that we need to add all the weeks, right? So anything between February and April, we need to add the week. And this we could probably just get rid of that. We got rid of. This can be gotten rid of. I wouldn't even worry about this or this for now. So anyway, so that's like getting started on this. You know, so obviously there's a lot of more work here to do. So what else can be done here? So this is pretty much done, right? So I finished that. We could basically come back here and say this is pretty much done, right? And even put an X through it, right? So then there's the previous week reporting form. So the results of the spreadsheet, what you can see here is that there's actually more data than there might have been inputted. So Ted, Terry did something for the week of April 21st. I think he just filled out the wrong form. So this might actually relate to the other one, but this is April 17th. There's some information.
But there are like two of those formats, like very similar. The other one is simple reporting form, and the other one is simple reporting form, only responses.
There's the simple tracking form and the simple reporting form. So that's the difference. One is just to track the time. The other one is actually reporting. We wanted to know what they've done, what are the next steps, like what's going on. This is like reporting processes. And we're not concerned with reporting processes. It's not a part of our pay grade. So there's just all this reporting data here that is just like very, very detailed about what people have done and what they're currently doing. And it's just people don't like it. They didn't like it. There was a lot of controversy over the reporting, and people didn't want to do it. So that's why with our new tracking systems, it's all based on just simple tracking of the actual time and deliverables. We're not concerned about what they're actively doing or what they're planning on doing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. So I think this is, so basically this is a double, triple checking process, right? So for this one, whoops, go backwards here. So this one, it needs to be double, triple, quadruple checks. Double, triple, quadruple checks. So just to make sure that all this data is correct. So if we go to our past weekly tracking ledger, we have February 2nd through February 17th, right? So basically what you can imply here is that anything between February 2nd and February 17th, right here, is already covered. So all the rest of this is probably not. Does that make sense? So we have data here that hasn't been inputted. You guys following me? Any questions?
But does that mean that there was a gap, and shouldn't we explain that, or just say that it was like the same that was reported on the first days?
We won't know if there's a gap until we fill it all out here.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is where we find out the gaps. So we'll have every week here. We'll have every person, and we'll be able to see whether or not they have a gap. Okay? That makes sense?
Yeah, sure.
But first we need to fill it out. So we need to take, so I'll give you an example. Let's take, Ted filled this out on 3/27. So the first step is to figure out what 3/27 is, right? This would be, I would assume it's March 27th, right? So if we go back to February 2017, we come to our weekly value tracking. So February 2nd through 3rd. February 2nd through 3rd is actually January 29th through February 3rd, right? So this is January 29th to February 3rd. That's the week. February 9th and 10th is basically the 4th, February 4th through 10th. That's the week of February 4th through 10th. Right? I mean, these are things you guys could be helping out with, like right now. Like, there's no reason why we're not all filling out every single week. Like, it shouldn't take too long. So, like, the next week is February 11th through 17th, right? February 11th to 17th, and the week after that. So, you guys get the idea here, or what? 18th to 24th. February 18th to 24th. And then we would go insert to the left, February 18th to 24th, 25th through March 3rd. So this would be February 25th to March 3rd. Okay. And obviously there's other weeks that need to be filled in here. Okay. So then from here, I come in here, we have March 3rd, right? March 27th.
27th.
Okay, this is March 27th. So we have to keep going. So we have to keep going until we get it done. So this is March 4th through 10th, I believe. Yeah.
4th to 10th.
March 4th to 10th. So you guys all have the link for this, right? I mean, we should all be on this doc working on it together. So past value tracking, so we're doing weekly past value tracking ledger. I'll put it here on directly onto the notes. And just so you guys know, we're in the past value tracking under weekly past value tracking right here. This is where we are. So, so March 4th through 10th.
And then March 11th to 17th.
Oh, I'm over it. So I'm going to do the last one here. So we go to March, and we see here that it's March 27th. We can assume that March 27th came the week before. So this would be the 18th through the 24th. So this would be March 18th to 24th. And then we would come down to TEDE, overall full-time, right? So TEDE, oops, let's delete this one. Come over here, March 18th through 24th, and 100%. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. So that's where we find the gaps, just by filling it down.
Yeah, just filling it in. So you can see Sky did it as well. And Laura did it on the 28th, right? So it's kind of weird that it was on the 28th, but again, it's the week before. So we would assume that it was this Monday, and so that they filled it out for the week before. So how are we doing here on the past value, weekly value tracking?
So far, I just think that we need to take a look at the previous value trackings and start filling them up. So I think we can do it right now.
Okay, so yeah, it makes pretty good sense. And there's not a lot. I mean, this is pretty much it right here. Right? And then you know, I'm able to do it because I have every single week by hour. So technically, since I have hourly, I could easily do weekly tracking for more, but as far as this weekly reporting tracking goes, I mean, you're basically looking at February and you're looking at March. Like, there's not a lot to do here. And then everything that's done is going to be green. Everything that we are, you know, waiting on is going to be yellow, and everything that's basically not going to happen is going to be red. And weekly reporting is not, you know, essential. It's like optional.
So the information we take them from this one, X simple reporting.
Yeah, and it's right. It's linked right here on the doc. So it's this one right here. Previous weekly form.
All right.
Cool. So it sounds like Jorge definitely wants to help out with this. So we have Jorge. So task. You know, the past weekly value tracking. Jorge, Nelly, do you want to help out with this too?
Sure.
Isaac?
Okay.
Ana Clara? Are you still here, Ana Clara?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry, I was on mute.
So we should all just like get this done, you know, as soon as possible. But I think, you know, let's go ahead and go on to the monthly and quarterly so that we can get the training going, so that we can, you know, split it up. And I think overall, I mean, basically, we're just the whole Andromeda team is responsible for this past value tracking stuff. Because it's a lot, right? And we got to double and triple and quadruple check it all because there's so many variables and all the different weeks and all the different times and all the different spreadsheets. It's crazy, right? And once we get this all organized and we start doing current and moving forward in time, it'll be super simple. We just follow every week, you know, doing the tracking, and then it'll be done. And we're going to want to delete all the extra names over here, get that all cleaned up. And just so we all know, for me, it's always yellow just because I track daily and hourly. So we're able to do a lot more detail. All right, sweet. Okay, so let's go to the monthly. past value tracking. Any other questions? Last chance for questions on weekly.
Well, not for me yet.
Okay, cool.
So far, I don't think I have, but I'm sure they're gonna come up once we start.
Yeah. Okay, so monthly, I think the best thing to do here is, did I ever make a link to, let's see if on top here, so link to EXA value tracking doc.
We also need a link for the which one was it that we needed, Jorge? Personal profile? No, personal contact info. We couldn't find it. I mean, we did at the end, but at the beginning we couldn't find it.
So this is the weekly current one.
Yeah, it's there. It's there. I think it's there. Yes. The public contact list is there.
So this would be Tuesdays. Yeah, the public contact list. Yeah, so let's like highlight it. Make sure it's really easy to find. But cool. And this is part of step 3 on Tuesdays.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so that's excellent. Good to double check it. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the Entrepreneurial Support Services, our EXA doc. I'm going to pull up. We're going to pull up value tracking, and actually let's just take the entire value tracking doc and put here. So this is the value tracking doc for EXA, and let's take a look at it. Okay, so this had the simple contribution tracking form, all that information. The current estimated tokens report, which is going towards the master ledger. EXA tokens estimated, EXA shares, EXA backpay, convertible notes. So this is all like the money. Economic ledger, it's all the money stuff. So weekly, monthly, and this is the monthly one that just didn't work. It was the wrong thing. It was just the weekly again. So we're going to go ahead and remove that. Past value tracking, edible estimated token distribution over time. Updated estimated based actual here. So I think this is it. Form responses. Okay. All right. So these are the percentage time. So these are the past quarterly. So this is past quarterly. Actual past work tokenization for workers, and this would be quarterly. So copy and paste it here. So this is past value tracking quarterly. Boom. And you can see here's the quarter. So this would be October through December 2016, quarter 4 of last year, quarter 3 of last year, quarter 2 of last year. And this is a really old project. I mean, this is where this gets insane, is that we go all the way back to quarter 2 of 2015. So that's why what we're doing is so like a lot is because we're doing past value tracking all the way through quarter 15, but this is only per quarter. So per quarter is the minimal that we track. Does that make sense when I say that? That everything has to be per quarter, and then it goes monthly. But if you don't track monthly, we don't care about your monthly. We only care about your quarterly. All right, and then it goes weekly, monthly, weekly, and then they don't even do hourly. So some people track hourly or whatever, but really they just want deliverables. So I think that's pretty clear. So now the question is the monthly past form spreadsheet results. Let's see what this is. So this is the past form. These are all the forms, but this is all, I mean, this could be double checked, right? So this form right here could technically be double checked. Quarterly, double checked. So this is the spreadsheet form results that went into the quarterly reporting. But there still should be monthly reporting somewhere.
That's for the quarter, right?
Yeah, list of people involved. And see, list of people involved is
Okay.
important because this has to do with our network tracking and making sure that we get everybody's on the master ledger. So everyone who's involved should get some tokens. Original estimated as it took distribution over time. So that's just a past value tracking editable version. Okay, so I'm gonna do the search. You know, when everything's in doubt and you can't find what you're looking for, let's try a search. So I'm gonna start with we're doing what, monthly, quarterly. See what happens if we search for it. Monthly simple tracking, Andromeda plan, personnel, monthly simple economic budget, responsibility budget, draft simplified budget, world play. I don't see it. Social. So many documents. Equity workflow, integrated budget, Hootsuite user. Oh man, I don't know. This is just insane, the number of documents. Isn't it just crazy?
There's a lot
Yeah.
of documents, yes.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, this is why we don't do folders. I mean, folders will help somewhat, but it's just still going to be ridiculous number of documents, even with folders. So,
I still feel that there should be a better way to organize everything.
of course, yes. And we're going to be organizing everything. Let's check on that, actually. So if we go to our Andromeda team, let's do, I like the plan version. I'm just not big into the spreadsheet version of the plans. I like to be able to read it like a human being. So that's why I do both. So if we go to documentations, secretary and documentations work. Ongoing board, identify scope of online file system location and of all documents. So we're supposed to start this week. So this would be a next step, is starting the documentation. So the first goal is to identify where all the organizational documents exist. And then we're going to start working on our online filing system, you know, and how we want to do that.
I try to do that, or sort of. I try to check everything out and think several ways. The thing is, I don't have access to every single document. Like, all the documents are in like a lot of different drives, so no one actually really knows the whole universe of documents.
Yeah, well, that's going to be
Like,
our
by
job.
myself.
That'll be our job to figure out. But again, you know, we've never even talked about EXA documents. Like, you know, the FQN community network and our documents are actually extremely organized compared to EXA. EXA documents are
Okay.
a complete mess, you know? So
we need to organize those documents.
yeah, but the first
And
step,
what are they?
everything.
Like everywhere.
Oh, where are they? Well, that's the first step, is to identify
Yeah.
where they are. So that'll be our next step.
Okay.
That'll be our next step. But anyways, let's get back to the value tracking to finish that. But as a next step, we definitely want to start talking about documentations and identifying all that. The other one that's really important is finances. We can't ignore
We should like wrap up in 5 minutes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say about this particular document that seems to have slipped through the cracks here.
Yeah. It's
but I
just
know,
like one enough.
yeah, monthly. Let's try one more time here. Monthly, but monthly value tracking spreadsheet. This is pretty good. Oh no, this is for us. That's for FQN, Community Network. Monthly value tracking ledger. That's the new one. That's the new login ledger. Executive team online voting. Anyways, it's been so long since I've looked at this document. It's hard to even know if it actually exists. You know, it's like, oh my goodness. Maybe I just linked something on accident because it didn't actually exist or something. I mean, anything's possible, but I'm pretty sure I remember it. I feel like I remember it. So one other possible option here would be just the estimated exit tokens. Maybe this is it. Could it be here? No, that's not it. Current shares, back pay, account ledger. All right. Okay, well, I think we're just gonna have to figure that out. So, but the most important thing you guys can understand here is all the quarterly, so quarterly, and monthly, right? So quarterly is equal to, you know, everything from 2015 plus everything from 2016, right? Then we have, you know, you can add 1 quarter for 2017. So this would be quarter 1, and it's January to March. So we are currently in quarter 2, which is April to June. Right? Okay, so we're currently in quarter 2. So this quarter almost doesn't even count. It's basically like if we're doing weekly and monthly tracking, we shouldn't really have to worry about this, but there will be some gaps that we might have to fill out later as a quarter, but this is just not applicable. So then if we think of monthly, all we have to do for monthly is maximum. We have April, right? And that's for this quarter. Then we've got January, February, and March. And then possibly we might look at November, December of last year, and we might as well add October. Most likely we won't be. And I would say that this is like most likely not going to be happening. You know, most likely not applicable. But it could be. Okay? So I mean, it's just these 3 months that I'm looking for, and I know we have it somewhere for the monthly value tracking. And we even had a spreadsheet and everything for it. I mean, a form. I think there was a form for it as well, but possibly not. Okay, so anyways, there's still a little bit more to be done here. And then we have there's a new form. Where is all that? Oh. No, we're gonna have to, there's some other tasks here. So tasks, you know, create a past monthly value tracking
spreadsheet, because we have the only one that we have is a weekly.
Well, no, we have a monthly one, but it's current.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have. Yeah, I mean the one that we have for the past value tracking is weekly, so we need those ones, a monthly and a quarterly.
Yeah. So, anyways, I would say just create new ones just to make sure it's organized. You could technically do monthly and quarterly in the same spreadsheet, just have them be separate sheets on the same document. So, you know, it's however you want to do this, but this all just needs to happen. This is the entire team, like Andromeda team. All right. So are there any questions on like the past monthly and quarterly tracking?
Nope, no, but I think that maybe during the journey I'm gonna have some questions.
Yeah. But the key thing here is that it's not too complicated, and this is our focal point, okay? So and just to kind of remind you guys, it's all about current value tracking. Value tracking always happens in real time, right? It's always the best way to do value tracking. So when you're looking at the past, people can fill in April, right? Perfectly fine. But when you look at quarter one, because it's past March, you can no longer fill in January, February, March. This is all like past, right? So then you can only fill in quarter one of 2017, which becomes a quarterly value tracking. And then this is the maximum level that we go for at this point in time, is that everybody can fill in quarterly. And then that's it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like we would never.
That means that since they already filled January, February, March, we're not allowed to see those months because we're working on it currently.
Exactly. So let's say if somebody didn't fill out anything for January, February, March, we're just not concerned about it. All we want is their quarterly estimate for the whole quarter. And then we plug that into the quarterly one, and then that's it. They don't get value for the monthly tracking because they didn't do it during the month. Okay, so I think we're pretty clear on all this stuff. Any other questions on monthly and quarterly tracking? Okay, so really quickly, so we got April. We're gonna finish this. Let's get this done like ASAP. Like this is a top priority task. Make sure it's at the top of our task list. Where is our meeting notes for today? Oh boy. Is this our meeting notes? How did I lose our meeting notes? Is it on another one? Reopen them, I guess. Okay, so past investor, I mean, this is obviously pretty clearly tracked because it's actual money, so it's tracked within our finances and everything, so we're not too worried about this, but we want to make sure that it's all clearly updated over time. Past network contribution community, this is basically a big gap, a big gap here. I think this also, I guess we could also insert here, there might be reimbursements and travel. This is also a pretty big gap. The reimbursements and travel can also happen with tokens. I would even call this like other token promises, right? And this is just like who knows, other contributions. So this is a pretty big gap as well. And then value squared, we do that next week. All right, so I think we're pretty good. So this is pretty clear and organized. But we need a double, triple check. Double, triple check. All right, so any questions on this past investor, the past community tracking? This is probably gonna end up being a form and asking for input. And then the reimbursements is just like we already have a travel form, and then just like maybe do another announcement. Yeah. Cool. But this is the main stuff right here. So the weekly and monthly tracking is the main stuff, and we're really close. It's getting there. And I need to find, Jay needs to find the monthly value tracking past one, or past spreadsheet. Okay, so are we good? Any other questions?
Yes. Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, cool. So let's get that all done. Man, that would be so good to get that done so that we don't have to worry about it anymore. All right, so we can close this. Oh, wait, no, we want either that open. Search results. That. All right, so I think we're done with the past value tracking. There's a lot to it, but I think all 5 of us working together, we should be able to do it. Okay, so I think we're ready for wrapping up. So for me, the easiest way to do wrap up is actually to like find an example of it, so I'm not just like floundering around here. Which is why I like to copy the whole thing. Let's see if we can find it. Next step, task, agenda, setup, wrap up. So the first thing is our next steps. Are there any other next steps people can think of?
We don't need to create teams because the 5 of us are going to start working on the pass value tracking. So not that. I was thinking about that, but no.
Yeah, I mean, I think tomorrow we're probably, well, even like later today, whoever can wants. I mean, I think we should take a break for a little while, and then whoever wants to continue, we can start working on some of the value tracking. So our next.
What time?
And then tomorrow maybe have a meeting earlier with anyone and continue. But continue after you're done today. Like take up where you finished.
Yeah. So what did you say? You wanted to try to schedule something tomorrow earlier?
I don't think I can do it earlier.
Yeah.
I cannot do it earlier.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yes,
busy earlier tomorrow as well. I might be able to start like a half an hour early, but even then, I mean, I don't know about. We have a bunch of executive team meetings, so I mean that's the next step for me that I need to deal with in terms of my.
Well, if not, that tomorrow I can connect to Skype and you can tell me where to pick up.
I can help you out earlier tomorrow too if you want.
Well, yeah, I mean, you guys could have your own buddy team meeting, right? So, for example, Isaac and Ana Clara could meet early tomorrow. You guys could just set it up.
Sure.
And you guys should be able to even add it to the calendar, but I could do it right now if you want me to.
Yeah, but I don't think, Isaac, if you can have a meeting.
Me? Why not? What do you mean?
Isaac just said he was available tomorrow morning before 2 o'clock America's time. Ana Clara, you still there?
Lose you?
Maybe we lost her.
I think we lost her.
Okay, well maybe she'll come back. Okay, so we have some for our wrap up. We have some scheduling stuff. So scheduling tomorrow's meeting, and then also obviously maybe a buddy team, Isaac and Ana Clara, earlier. So that's possible for scheduling. The other thing for scheduling we want to look at, which is also a next step, is
probably I can make it early, but I'm not for sure. Sure, all right. Just in case, I'll try to be here before 2 p.m. Right?
Yeah. And I have to do all this executive and board preparation. Like this is like, big time this afternoon. So this is also big time task.
I can help you today. I mean, we can take a break because I need to eat now. I feel like Isaac.
I know, exactly. So we're definitely taking a break in 10 minutes, right? 10 minute day break. We got at least a half an hour, and then for people who want to, do another session, like a buddy team session, in a half an hour, we can do that. So this sounds like we have, so this is scheduling for today.
Actually, I could do it later, like in 2 hours. I can do a session in 2 hours. Do you think you will be available?
Yeah, so that would be so right now it's 4 o'clock, so that'd be 6 o'clock.
Yes, at 6.
All right, we might overlap with the double team session with Abdul, Ulysses, and Lucy, and for our global team, so that would be good too.
Okay.
So buddy team.
Okay.
Jay and Nelly at 6 p.m. America's time, right? Is that what we said? 6 p.m. America's time? Oh, it probably won't overlap. It's kind of earlier than I thought. All right, so buddy team, Jay and Nelly.
I'm sorry, guys. My internet went off.
Oh, no worries. We're still doing some scheduling here. So we
Okay.
have we did some buddy team Jay and Nelly. So do you want to do the buddy team tomorrow morning?
Talking to me?
Yes, I definitely can.
All right. So what time do you guys want to do? Like at 1 o'clock America's time or earlier?
I can even earlier, so I would do it whenever you can.
When are you
I can do
available?
it at 1 p.m. America's time.
Okay, great.
1 p.m. America's time? Are you sure you don't want to do it any earlier than that? Anna Clara, it's
That
available.
depends on
Anna Clara, it's
Tomorrow I have-
available earlier. She said earlier is better.
well, we can start probably at 12 p.m.
12?
America's time.
Okay. So this would be buddy team Anna Clara and Isaac. And Jorge said he might join. So add that in here.
Yeah, not sure yet because no, I'm not sure. But in case I can be joining you earlier, I'll do it. The session, okay?
Okay. So we can pick up wherever you left today.
All right.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay, so add you in there, and then we want to add Isaac. Okay, save that then. And we're also going to want to do, for our next steps here, we want to, I'm going to just bring this wrap-up stuff up here because ridiculous going back and forth. Next thing on that. So it's supposed to be right here. That's where it goes. There we go. That's better. Okay, so another next step is making sure we're using the America's Weekly Master Notes doc, right? Notes and tracking. So for example, when you guys have a meeting that's separate, then you guys can just make sure that's tracked in the weekly master notes. All right, so, and then obviously you also can put it in the super team doc. All right, so next steps, any other next steps we can think of? So we have documentation, finances, and then, oh, and the other one is the community network schedule and community Saturdays for Wednesdays. We can also talk about adding a support alliance for Wednesdays if people are interested in it. But basically, Wednesday scheduling and our goals should be a little different than all the other days because this is Community Wednesdays, right? So overall, our calendar is, you have Community Saturdays is the weekly, like the main weekly meeting. And then you have Community Wednesdays. So if we did it correctly, we would do the Andromeda team for 1 hour, and then we would switch to the SQN experience, right? Which is which I can explain just a little bit more open, and then we would have the weekly core team meeting. So, or not.
I'm interested in both.
Yeah. So, anyways, we should just discuss that tomorrow as a next step to think about, and potentially even changing the schedule as well for the Americas. And also, we want to talk about another next step can be also scheduling changes, and then we want to talk about the relationship of Andromeda team with the FQN network, and consider overlap. Like, what is the overlap? Cool. So this all looks good. Any other next steps?
I cannot think of any other steps right now.
Cool.
I think we have covered most of them. Yeah.
I think we're going to want to review the plan, the exit front end plan for what still needs to be accomplished this week. Make sure we have all that covered. Okay, so that looks good. Tasks. So let's go through the tasks. So I'm going to deal with this today. This is the top priority. I need to also find this spreadsheet that I couldn't find, which is a bummer, but I'll do my best. Edit and update the form to be used for one time. So you guys are going to update this form so that we can set it out hopefully tomorrow. or the next day.
Yes.
I'm sending out the announcement for the form for the this is the network April monthly form. This also has to do with the bots. So me and Isaac are working on that. Copy tasks from yesterday. So we want to always be copying all the task lists from yesterday so we can also review yesterday's tasks to make sure that got done. And then there's also the master task list. Does anyone want to help with the master task list? And the
I can do it.
who's that? Ana Clara? Is that you,
I
Ana Clara?
can at least set up the document and then we can check where to begin with the tasks, which ones are behind.
Yeah, and there's also the decisions doc as well, which I don't know, that might be a next step as well. So next step decisions. If people don't know how to do the decisions doc, we can cover that. But I guess we don't have an actual master task list and master topic list yet. I don't see it.
We do have like
No, we don't.
we have a master task for EXA.
Yeah, so we're gonna want to create a master task list and a master topic list for Andromeda. Andromeda, and we have one already for the global team, so that'll be good. All right, so make sure that we organize the responsibility for internal plan and get the main on the main doc. So this is very, very important. So someone needs to do this. So if we go to our internal plan, which is right here for the exit clients, we haven't even copied it over yet. So yesterday we had a very important session where we talked about all of the responsibilities of each person in relationship to the plan, and someone was supposed to copy that over. So make sure. So this is 2 steps. So one is to copy from yesterday's notes all the responsibilities for the internal plan into the internal plan. Then we need to organize the list of responsibilities by individual/group. And then we need to copy those individual responsibilities into people's main docs, so they know what they're doing. So does anyone want to help coordinate all of this? Because this is really important.
Management. Let's.
Nelly, maybe we do that later.
Yes, we can do that later.
So it's a buddy, team, Jay, and Nelly. Does anyone else want to help with it?
I can help out, but it has to be for 6 p.m. our time, like 4 p.m. America's time, I think. No.
Well, I mean, this is an ongoing process. It doesn't just happen. So, we'll just say
Okay.
the 3 of us will do it. If it doesn't happen today, then it happens tomorrow. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, it needs to happen the next day, right?
Okay.
Also, if you're not able to finish today, I'll help with that tomorrow as well with the team.
Okay, so why don't we say
Okay.
buddy team Jay and Nelly, and then buddy team Jorge and Isaac, okay? All right, so next thing is we got all this stuff. Me and Isaac are taking care of all this bot stuff for the Slack stuff. So this is messaging channel. Okay, cool. So this is all taken care of, done. We got that. All right, so I think we're good on the tasks for today. The next step would be the task for tomorrow. I mean, yesterday's task, but it's not here. They're not here. That's one of the tasks for today, is to copy yesterday's tasks. So we're not going to go through yesterday's task, but that is the next step here. But we're at time, so let's check out. If anyone wants to help with the meeting value tracking, we can do that afterwards. I think we covered all the scheduling. So we'll do checkout, and then we're going to start doing more evaluations. Let's actually add that to next steps as well. Evaluations, 720 evaluations. All right, cool. So I think we're good. So let's check out how things went with people. And if anyone wants to stay on behind to do the value tracking for the meeting, we can do that. And I think that's it. Yeah, I'll go first. I thought the meeting was well. We're starting to get in the rhythm of like breaking out into buddy teams, getting work done, dealing with the trainings, doing topics. So we're multitasking a lot of stuff, all crammed into 2 little hours. So I thought
Yes.
we did really well for today. We're getting our rhythm going, and yeah. I'm excited about going getting some food, which I think is I'm not the only one. Check.
Okay, so I'll probably go next. I like this meeting too. I feel like I'm getting the hang of it more because I felt a little off since I have been on and off this past like 3 or 4 meetings with internet issues and me not being able to be here. But I'm getting the grasp again, and I feel like I'm getting back on track. And yeah, I'm hungry too.
Okay, I'll go next. I think that we are getting the rhythm, and I'm getting behind, so I have definitely to catch up. That frustrates me a little bit, but I will try to do it as soon as possible. Go through our notes and new documents, so I can catch up with you guys and complete tasks like you're doing right now. So that's my plan mainly for tomorrow, and that's it. Check.
Okay. So I am happy with this meeting because we are doing like more or a lot in 2 hours. So that's very, very good. We're starting to get a very good rhythm. Also, what I think what I'm going to do is what Isaac always do, as I'm going to eat because I'm very, very hungry. I haven't eaten. I'm going to follow his steps. That's it. Check.
I think that's everyone. Is that everyone?
Right. Yeah. I'll be last. Yes. Yeah, I also feel meeting was good, and we're getting to a point that we are understanding. So we're getting to the point where we are understanding like most of the things on our meetings and getting the work done. So it's just gonna be a matter of time when we can get a hold of all the themes on all the network. Check.
Great. All right. I think we're good.
Anakara needs to check out, right?
Oh, Anna no, she checked out. She did.
I already did. Yeah.
Sorry.
We're good. All right.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you later, Nelly, and the rest of you will see you tomorrow. Good work.
All right.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I'll be great.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Ciao.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Hey Jay, before you go, I'll be available within 30 minutes. Okay, so I'll connect back.
Okay. Yeah. So
Isaac, Jay, do you know how long was the meeting yesterday?
2.5 hours.
2.5. Okay.
Almost 3 hours.
All right. Thank you.
no problem. All right.
Bye.
Ciao. All right. Yeah. Just check in via Skype or whatever. It's cool.
Okay.
All right. Ciao.